Hi, welcome to the channel today. Today we're going to be digging potatoes, kind of short staffed. Got a new cameraman, I think it's going to be a little bit jerky. Other cameraman's sick today. And so we're going to be digging out the purple Majesty potatoes. I think that's about 3 pounds if I remember right whenever we did this. Best way to do that, you got a fork here and just kind of pop up the soil around it. Trying to make sure you don't stick any potatoes in the process. Now these potatoes have pretty much had it. They're not going to grow much more. I could leave them there a little bit longer, but we're supposed to get some rain sometime. So, and I hadn't checked the forecast. They've been wrong so many times here lately. I kind of got frustrated with them. Don't back up.
Okay.
Almost some fines. We're trying to do this as easy as we can. Usually I'm the one doing this and I have the other people dig. The biggest danger of doing this, digging potatoes here in southeast Texas, fire ants. Okay, after we do that, I'm going to come back down here. It's a good time. You got these nice rows. There's what I picked yesterday. Not made them into the house yet. You kind of want to because they're wet, and then they get wet every time we get some rain. Talking about fire ants, that's that right there. See the hose put in them and dug in them. Yeah, they're not. That was no good. A lot of times I just come through here and put up all these weeds I couldn't hardly get to before. And that's another one they take in and run. Got hose in them. Another reason to go ahead and plant the taters. I'm going to go ahead and pull the potatoes now. And I don't know, other people may not do that. I will say one thing about the Majesty, the purple Majesty, it seems to stay pretty much on top, it looks like. That was the original potato there. It's rotten. I'm not having to fight it as bad on rotten potatoes so far. This is an adaptation of the hoary knife. Okay, you have to be careful because the potato's way over here, so I have to be careful when I'm stabbing them, not stabbing potatoes. These, you're not seeing any hose in them. This fine, I got a sandy loam here, which is great for growing these, but it does stick to everything. Not like your clay would, you know, because I mean clay, you can walk in clay and get 2 inches in height, like just a little while. But I've done a lot of gardening in sandy loam. I mean, I've done a lot of gardening clay and sandy loam. If you get a choice, always go sandy loam, man. These here, I'm kind of throwing them out behind me. I come back afterwards and take them up, take them out of the garden. But these things could have diseases on them. They could even have some of the really bad wilts on them. So there's no use, you know, taking a chance and putting in your compost bin. And I don't have a bin anyway. Because really, even with my manure, stuff will compost anyway. In a garden setting, everybody always says, well, you can hot compost, and I always talk about hot compost. Hot compost takes a lot of compost to do it, about 4 feet. They say technically you can do it at 3 feet, but it's not really practical. So you got 4 feet tall, 4 feet wide, and 4 foot deep. I got 4 foot tall and 5 foot high, but that don't work. But you got the 4x4, and that's only the first part of it. The second part of it is now you're going to have to go in there and put all your greens and your browns in, and then you have to turn it Now, if you like doing all that, and if there's no problem doing that as far as it does compost in and you can work it, just you're not getting that heat treatment. You can carry diseases and seeds over, which is okay. All right, I use the manure. Stuff goes through a course too, and we're sprout. If you don't believe it, just feed them some oats, and the next year you have oats sprouting all over the horse piles. So, you know, just know that with me, as my wife is immune compromised, we have to be careful. And what I've decided, we still use it, but try to use it on foods that you're going to hopefully cook. I thought that was dirt clods, so or wait 4 months after you've done it. So if you wait 4 months before you harvest the crop, all those bad diseases should have, you know, been cycled through the system and die out. So, but anyway, still digging here. What we're gonna dig a little bit over here because these are a little bit better plants. I always feel like hitting rocks when you hit these things. I have grown potatoes here before, and this year the fire ants aren't quite as bad. I'm thankful for. But I'll fight the freaking ants for them. I'm not gonna let them have them. So, if you see a big ant bed out away from your garden, go ahead and poison it. If it's far enough away, you're not going to be contaminating it. Or you can use some come and get it. It's a organic. Well, it uses organic and get rich. It uses spinosad to kill it, so you don't have to worry about. You know, it's labeled for your vegetable garden, so you can put it out. I guess two things. It's kind of expensive, about $25. I got it from Hoss Tools for a little bag. And the second thing is, it is a bait, and all baits, it's not just that one, all baits, once you open it up, the baits start going rancid, and after just a little while, since it goes rancid, the ants won't take it in, and it's not effective anymore. So what you do is try to figure out where all the ant beds are, and open it up, poison all of them at one time, all that you can get, and use it that way. Kind of use a one-time treatment for each bag. But we're going to go through here and go ahead and dig out some stuff, and when we get through, I'll show you what the harvest is. Yeah. I did want to show you this. I'll pull this one up. If I get all of them to do that, that'd be great. There's 6, you know, fairly good sized potatoes. That's a good sized potato for this type. So right after I turn off the camera, the next one I put up look like this. So that's just more for bragging rights than anything else. Look, here's what you want if you're getting that. So one thing I will say, that if you're putting these in containers, and I still got containers that's about this big, that'll probably support about 3 or 4 plants like this, and if you get results like that, you're doing good. So if you got a 5-gallon bucket and you plant potatoes and you get this many out of it, I would say you're doing good. That's why I really don't like growing too many potatoes in a container. We are going to be doing, I did grow some in a container, and we'll go look at those. Now they were in a fabric pot, and we'll see those. If I remember at the end of the video, we'll clip on that part. But anyway, just want to show you what we're hoping for. Thanks. Okay, here's something I want to show you. Sometimes you will get into fire ants, and this is what you get. See all those fire ants. They hurt. Probably gonna let these have it. I usually don't. But let's see. Keep getting over here. Really fast. So that does hurt us a little bit. But potatoes, I got this one here full, and this one's got it started. You got another one back there. Is that the only? Probably 2.5 of these. It's not bad. We started out with one of those, I think, 3-pound bags. We got Tractor Supply for the Purple Majesty potatoes. Not a full Once you get bit by fire ants, you start doing like this. And I'm not going to get up because they're swarming. But I did want to show what to look like inside. So I did find one where a fire ant had made a hole in it so it really ruins the potato. You shouldn't cut like that, you can hurt yourself. See, they're a purple potato all the way through. And what I'll probably do with some of these, and some of the older people in our church, I always like to give them stuff like this because they freak out. When I first started gardening back when I was in my 20s, there was an old gentleman in a church, and he's kind of the, you know, one of the main prayer warriors of the church, really godly man. Had a lot of respect for the man. But he looked like Barney Fife as far as his build and kind of mannerisms and stuff. Not the excited part, but you know, a subdued Barney Fife. And me and my wife and another young couple used to always laugh and ask if he had a bullet in his front pocket. We never did, but his name was Brother Denton. A really good godly man. I know he's going on to be with the Lord now, because he was in the 90s. He was like 80 years old. So. But anyway, we jumped some purple potatoes like this one time. They weren't well, they're the blue potatoes, not the same thing. And we had a few, because I had like 1 or 2 plants, and we grew some, and they looked at those, and he was so skeptical. But finally, he went ahead and ate some, and they said he actually liked them. They said they tasted good. These will have a little bit different taste than what your regular potatoes will have. It's kind of a richer taste, a little bit stronger taste. My favorite's Yukon Gold, but everybody's taste is different. Some people think Yukon Gold's too dry, but if I'm going to eat a potato that you roast in the oven, you know, if you put your chicken or whatever, put the potatoes in there to cook with them, I like Yukon Gold best. But these aren't bad for a change, for something different. I've not eaten Purple Majesty before, but I did do some of the blue potatoes, so probably won't do a taste review on them, but just let you know there is a slightly different taste. Next, we're going to go up, we're going to pull the potatoes in the grow bag, kind of show you what to expect from them. Back in a minute. Just to let you know, we did find another one, so this is actually how many we made, not just the 3, but the 4. Just an update. We started to leave, we realized we put one of them back off the side. But anyway, next Tuesday, we're headed. Another problem sometimes you get with having container potatoes right there. I went to dig these up, pull this flat back, and there you go. I got bits of it times the other one. So yeah, this was a no-go. Even if I had potatoes down here, they ate them.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of, well, there's in there if I want to get rid of it. Of course, that's already got green on it. So what I'll do,
They say it's a lost cause.
yeah, I'm not gonna fight those. But what I'll do is I will, when I usually come and get it, I'll use some for this one and reclaim this and plant potted peas or something in it. So for this container right there, I don't know what it is, but if you're a guy, you're the male species, you're gonna aggravate these suckers. You know, if you go around, you'll kick the males out or whatever. So I brought this out here. I did not know these were here. I didn't water them yesterday when I was watering everything. And so they will get in these things here, and I will move out of the way before they get their revenge. But anyway, now I guess so we can end it out on a better note. I'll go over here. And these are my onions, and they're ready to go. So I had a few left over. Again, they didn't grow real well. And then over here we got some more onions here, and these are planted later. Like I say, but then we're not going to reuse those. And over here, got tomato. I think it's got wilt on it because it shouldn't be wilty now. I think it's got a virus on it. They tend to do that up here. I guess I've had tomatoes up here so long. This is the other. I don't know why they do this. I think it was all one plant. It's split off like that sometimes. And this did a little better. And this over here, I believe, is garlic. No. My belief is wrong. This is the red onions. I have one with garlic somewhere. Thought I did anyway. We're going to pull that garlic plant out. Let's go over here. Okay, the garlic over there is over there. That garlic's looking good enough. We won't have to pull it. This garlic, I think, is about ready. Slow. I think this was made from escape, so I can plant this next year, and you'll make a bigger one. This one here came from, I believe, one I had from last year. So see, they're bigger. And see that one turn orange on us. Anyway, that's garlic here, and this one will probably make a clove. Let's see how those do. And this is element garlic I planted last year, and they didn't get pulled up. So I'll pull them up today. But anyway, and I guess I'll also show, I need to do a video for these others, but this is the mini-me cucumbers, and I got them growing this way and up this trellis. I hope they'll take over this trellis here, and let's see how that goes. First year growing those. Anyway, we're going to end our potato video on cucumbers. And yeah, sometimes that's why I really don't like, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. We wouldn't have made a whole lot of potatoes if the ants hadn't been there. I did water them yesterday, so I didn't notice it. But fire ants are really bad. Anyway, I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.